Check, 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 check. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Check. Ashi, check.
Hello. Hello. Mic test one. I can hear you. Dhanush, it's clear. Yeah. Check.
check, check. Check, check. Greetings, sir. This is Dhanush here. Lokesh, sir, are you there? Lokesh sir, are you there, sir?
Hello, hi. I'm there.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Can you
yes,
hear me?
sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you just switch on your cam?
Uh, Wait a minute. There is a problem with my cam. So, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, is it necessary? Without cam, isn't it fine?
You can just try sharing the screen, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes, 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 sir. How many slides are there?
So I have a few introductory slide, and then I would like to take people directly into Google Analytics Live, and
Okay.
because it's a 15-minute session,
Yes,
it's
sir.
way too difficult. I want to make it more fruitful, so I would just give them a live walkthrough on what Google Analytics is and how can they make their career on it.
Okay, 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 sir. That's good. That's good to hear. Well, I hope everything is clear.
Yeah,
Just try switching on your video, like if you're
yeah.
comfortable.
I think I need to install one driver. So how much time do I have?
You have an around 10 more minutes, or it's fine that you can even do it in the other way. That's good. That's your on your comfortability.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Just take your time if it is possible before 2 o'clock because we'll be starting live by 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
If it is before that, we can come on live and that'll be good.
Okay. I'll try my
Just
best.
it's just a good exposure because it'll be going live all over the Facebook stuff.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I can come back in 5 minutes, right?
Yes, sir. You
I'll
take your
just.
time. You take your time.
Yeah.
Just log into the link which I have given you.
Okay.
Chandrasekhar, sir, can you hear me? Sir, are you there? Chandrasekhar, sir?
Hello.
Yes, yes, sir. You're audible now.
Yeah. Sorry. Last setting was mute.
Yes, yes. No problem. No problem, sir. I hope you can hear me, right? Am I audible?
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes. You are audible. Perfect.
Yes, sir. I can't see you. Can you start your video?
Okay. Start my video.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, can you just sit opposite direction to the same thing because your face is not seen because of the reflection. Sit to the opposite side.
Okay. Give me a second.
Yes.
I'll switch on the lights. Maybe. Give me a second.
Yes, sir. Take your time. No, sir. You're still not visible because there's a reflection from the back side. During the video process, it won't look fine. Sit opposite to that windows. Sit opposite to the windows because there's a lot of sunlight.
Not going to work out like this, no? Right? Still dark, no? Right?
Yes, sir. Please to sit opposite to the window side because there's a lot of sunlight, there's a lot of reflection, so the video process won't go fine.
Okay, give me 2 minutes. I'll switch the room. That's better.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Take your time, sir.
Yeah. I'm switching off this video.
Yeah, yeah. Take your time, sir. Take your time.
Hello, Dhanush.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. A bit to your sit to the center, a bit to your right. Switch the cam. Just switch the cam. Yes, yes, sir. Absolutely fine.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Close the curtains if it is from the because there's a lot of sunlight falling on your face from the left side. Yes, yes,
From left side, this one.
yes.
Right
No,
side.
yeah, right
Right
side.
side.
Yes.
That is actually light.
Okay, so switch that light off, sir. Try switching it off.
No, it won't be good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So just switch it on then.
That's fine, I think. Not
Yes, sir.
much.
This is good. This is good.
Okay. I have another problem, like, okay, but I have an alternative solution. Sometimes in our area, all of a sudden they switch off the power.
Okay, okay,
I have
sir.
an alternative where this particular laptop doesn't have the for a long time. The other one will have a everything. Okay. What
Okay.
I'll do, I'll keep that one. Immediately I can switch there. Right.
Yes, sir. Just make sure there's another laptop with you right now.
That is a tab, big tab. Okay.
Okay, so just log into that also, no? Log into that also. So whenever you lose
Then
a connection.
yeah, we can mute and unmute both of them.
Yes, 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 sir. Yes,
Okay, I'll do it. Give me 2
yes,
minutes.
yes, sir. Take your time. Greetings, Lokesh, sir. How are you doing? Sir, you're not audible.
Now?
Yes, sir. You're audible now.
Wonderful. Yeah. So what's the plan? How I think it is my first webinar, so I might need your help in
Yes, yes, sir.
navigation.
Just try to share the screen once again. Check if there's nothing wrong with that.
Is it fine?
Yes, yes, yes. It's all good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, sir. Good to go. And
So will you be there to moderate things and you'll tell
Yes,
us
sir. I will
when
be
to?
there. I will be there to moderate, and this is also going live on Facebook, and we'll be
Okay.
starting live exactly at 2 o'clock. 1 minute to left.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Give me a second. Chandrasekhar, sir. Okay. The live will be up now. Chandrasekhar, sir, can you hear me? Chandrasekhar, sir. Oh, he left. Loki, sir, give me 2 minutes. There's a network issue with Chandrasekhar sir's line. Can you give me 2 minutes? We'll be having a session.
Sure, no problem. I'm fine with that.
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay.
Okay, we'll check when sir is gonna come up live, and we'll start the session now. Okay, sir, you'll be the first speaker.
Okay.
Okay, sir, we'll start. Three, two, one. Here it goes. Good afternoon, panelists. I greet all the panelists who are with us this afternoon with Planetech Media House. Welcome back again with the 22 edition of Crafting Transformative Information webinar on business analytics. But what is Planetech Media House? Planetech is an independent media house that offers reliable source of information, news, articles by helping our audience understand the vast and diverse news. Planetech Media House will drive a change and innovate the crafting transformative information. And I would like to welcome our first speaker, who is Lokesh Sivak, founder at Excellent Solutions. Over to you, sir. Lokesh, sir, can you please start the session? Lokesh, sir?
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please start the session.
All right. So, hello everyone, and good afternoon. So I'm not sure how many participants do we have already. Do we have a count?
Yes, sir, there are a number of participants that are live going on Facebook and other social media stuff.
All right, cool. So the topic today we have is a business analytics. Before getting into the topic, let me just introduce, give you some idea about who I am. So my name is Lokesh, and I founded a company called Excellent Solution, and we deal in data analytics, business analytics, digital marketing, and anything and everything to do with online business in terms of data and their performance optimization. Before founding this company, I was working with some of the big brands like Tesco, which is one of the biggest retailer in UK. And then I was working as a senior analytics manager for L'Occitane, which is a French-based company and one of the most look after cosmetic, premium cosmetic brand. And then I was also working for one of the brand called Premier Farnell, which is into again e-commerce online domain, but for the semiconductor. So you can see I come, I kind of gathered an experience of consumer food or the food industry, the cosmetic industry, and the semiconductor, selling semiconductor online on e-commerce. And you know so so clubbing the idea of all of these three, I thought, I kind of have explored enough fields, so it now makes sense for me to go and give try for what's there in for me, because it's a new field and then there are a lot of opportunities. So to start, before we start today's my discussion point, I would just like to put the groundwork clear that this session that I'm doing, I assume that the audience is the ones who are trying to build their career in business analytics, or the ones who are keen to know more about the business analytics. Um, but let's say if you already have an experience and stuff, I'm just keeping it as it's just a 15-20 minutes interval. I'm just keeping it very basic. And now uh, I just put few slides together so that we keep the flow well. um, so I hope you are able to see the slides. So this is I'm in a nutshell, which I just told you.
Sir, can you screen share? The screen share is not visible actually.
Is it?
Screen share. Yes, sir.
Is it now
Yes.
visible?
Now it started. Continue, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. All right. So this is what I just walked you through about me. Uh, how do I go to next slide? Yeah. So now let's directly jump into the world of business analytics, all the analytics. Now, given over the last 1 decade, this stream has been, developed a lot. But this stream has developed a lot. But you can go with the bookish definition, or you can create your own. When you have enough confidence in any stream, you define things. This is what I always believed in. So now we can go with the book's definition later on, but to start with, I just want to give you that crux of the thing that I felt is is what everyone should get to. I may be wrong, but you have to find out things in your way. So I just try to put few thoughts in my way, which is what is what is analytics. I feel it is whatever your uncontrolled mind tells you. When a term business analytics come, it is what it is. And of course, bit more. The bit more is lot more. And whatever your uncontrolled mind tells you, because if I say business analytics and if your controlled mind tells you of something in Bollywood, or something in somewhere else, it's not what it is. The uncontrolled is when you are neutral to this term and your mind tells you, okay, this is business, this is analytics, some data crunching for business, making sense of it. This is what I meant here, right? And then to go specifics of what data analytics is, and how it's been happening, why it's needed. So basically now this has become a stream, it has become a course, it has become a particular job role definition. That's why we call business analytics a lot. But otherwise, we've been always doing analytics in our life. It's the field that calculates things, that helps us uh, give the end result. It's simple as that. We do the calculation to get the end result. And when I say knowingly or unknowingly, it's keep happening. We've been always doing it. If you walk, if your mother creates a chapati to make a circular round, she has to put a pressure in particular way in that rolling thing, right? So analytics has been happening everywhere, always. But now it has become a stream. So we have brought in some principles to it, and we have put a lot of people have done research, and they made that particular things that were happening um, randomly. They made it more structured, more general way. That's what now it has become a stream. So there are people who has put on some principles. Okay, if you do this, that will happen. If you do that, this will happen. If you give some injection for that particular antivirus or something, it will cure that particular, it will make that change in you. So when the general things become a stream, right, they are driven by some principles. And now because this data field has been driven by some principles, it has become a business analytics field. But in the ancient times, when the fight used to happen with bow and arrow, they knew that how much force if they pull, the arrow will go and hit their enemy. What it is basically a calculation that will tell them. It's a linear equation, isn't it? So all I'm trying to say is it's everywhere. It was everywhere. It has been everywhere always. So this was bit more philosophical. Now let's get into what actual business analytics is in context of today's term, in context of creating a job or going for a job, right? And then what does a business analyst do? Right. So if we just answer one question, why do we even need business analyst? This remain the other three things that I said will be answered. So why do we need a business analytics? Uh, right, because there is a data. We need an analyst because there is a data. Why there is a data? because we've been creating and gathering data, right? Now when the data has been created, we understood, okay, this data can give us a lot of insights, so hence we started gathering it. Now because we started gathering it, this gathering has become so huge that we've been creating zettabytes of data. Now we need someone to structurally break this data and give us information. Otherwise, what's the point of spending a lot of space, a lot of money, a lot of resource behind gathering data? So now breaking down of this particular data is what this business analyst do, right? Now web business analytics is in itself has become a very wide field. So its applications are immense in any field, and every field right now that's happening needs a business analyst. I would like to go into a subset of this, and it's impossible to cover this business analytics in one session, or even multiple sessions. So I would just go into a small field of it, which is web analytics. This small itself has become very big because every business is going online. Information is getting transition online. Everyone is exposed to online business. Even a mom and pop store wants to have their own website. It's very price efficient, it's very convenient to spread the information. What we are talking right now, what you are seeing, and what I'm saying, this is also being tracked somewhere. It's a live streaming, but it is also might be recording. So all the servers, all the information exchange, all the logs every second, whatever the mouse movement I'm doing on the screen, everything is getting tracked. And now if it is getting tracked, it is the data generation. Now data is stored somewhere. And does this all movement mean anything, is what analyst studies with the objective of giving information to the business owner or the business runner, that my prediction or analysis of data says that user has been interacting, or um, interacting with website in this particular way. If we do that particular thing, it will help them fulfill the objective of the business that we have, which in a uh, in a professional term means they will place an order if it is a e-commerce website. They will watch a YouTube video if it is a video streaming website. They will read the blog if you have a content website, and so on and so forth. So what does a business analyst do, or why do we need him? This has been answered by, because we collect data. Now because we collect data, we need someone who can break the data. So this is what the field of business analytics means. A business analyst does um, a data breakage in such a way that the data becomes information. Data in itself is nothing unless you give sense to it, a logical sense. And now to give that logical sense, there are a lot of techniques required, and those techniques needs to be learned by business analyst. Some data needs a linear regression, which will have some outcomes, and you would need to know what those outcomes mean. What does this uh, correlation coefficient mean? What does the slope of line mean? If you want to predict something, have you put all the control elements in proper place? So data can give you right information and the wrong information both, provided you are torturing it in the right way. Okay, so moving ahead, like I just told you, I would like to now drill it down to the simple field, which is web analytics. Now it is again a subset of business analytics. A business analytics can happen anywhere. It can happen on ground, off ground, online, offline. But the web analytics is specified a specific field which deals with analytics related to website, or related to web usage, or the data that is generated by users being interacting with any of the websites. Correct. Now what is so this is a web analytics association, WAA, and as per them, the this field is, the web analytics is the measurement, collection, analyzing, and reporting of internet data for the purpose of understanding and optimizing web usage. So here, if I take out the word web usage for, and then this becomes a generic statement where in any analytics field you measure, collect, analyze, and report data for the purpose of understanding and optimizing the current performance that is happening. if that if this for process is not giving you anything that doesn't optimize the existing thing, there is no point doing it. There is no point wasting resource. There is no point wasting money. It has to be used to optimize for the coming future. All right, so we'll now stick to web analytics. So web analytics in today's time, like I told you, every e-commerce company needs one web analyst. Now if you are if you want to get into business analytics, it's a very very wide term. You can be an analyst in pharmaceutical industry, agriculture industry, manufacturing industry, or the retail industry, anywhere. But when you talk about web analytics, it is also a generic, but in a sense it clusters many field together, because the if you go into web analytics, the business becomes variable, the skill becomes unique. Like I told you, I had an experience in selling ICs, uh, semiconductors, and then I had an experience with luxury cosmetic brand. Then I had an experience with the clothing brands. Then I had an experience with the Tesco, which is one of the biggest malls in UK. So all the four stream of businesses were different, but because I was in the field of web analytics, the core concept remained. So the user would come to website, and the user is a actual human being, and then the way they would see the website, it's just the product that changes, but their user journey and behavior remains same. They would want to search the product, they would want to see whether the product page has the enough information for them to make a decision easy, and then whether the once they have made the decision, from decision to making a payment to ensuring they get all the information of delivery days and return policies and everything, and also the pricing, which should be based and which should at least be competitive. These all five six factors makes them take the decision faster. And then this is what the web analyst does. So we tell business, okay, your customer or users are coming on homepage of website but are not able to reach to the product page. They were on product page but could not add product to the cart. They added product to the cart but could not go to the next step where they can fill their address information, or they could do that but they could not make a payment, or they seen the return policy and then post that they abandoned the basket. All of these things mean something. If we give this information to business, they'll do something about it. Or probably if you go a step further, when you acquire a good experience, you tell them, okay, it's not about only about that. You tell them, okay, you have three ways, if there is a problem in making payment, why don't we give COD, why don't we give this, why don't we give other payment methods. So all of these things, if you recommend and they use it, you, because you have a data control, you can tell them, because what I suggested you implemented, now you can see that you are getting 10 orders more, which is worth 10,000 rupees or 10,000 pounds. So then you will add value from data. So you will see your journey as just a data analyzer, but then over the period you will see how you add value to the business, which is the real money. Now, like I told you, we are going to just stick to web analytics. So, so the Google Analytics is the one best tool that you can always start with. It's a free tool. It can give you all the initial learnings that you would need for any advanced web analytics, any level of advanced web analytics. This is your first stepping stone. If you are looking for your career in web analytics, there are Google Analytics tutorials available. There are um, Google certificate free of cost available by Google. If you do that, they have explained the concept in very easy way. and then you know boom, you can just get started in this field. So I would just like to walk you through how does Google Analytics look. Once you log into Google Analytics, it is one of my clients' website. All right, so this is the ABC of Google Analytics. Um, if you say Google Analytics is almost synonymous to Web Analytics, it won't be wrong. Although there are so many tools that does the same job, which is the collecting the data of users on the website. Why I chose to give you this live demo, this is the live website which can give you the good information, right? So let's say this particular client right now has more than 800 users on their website, and then this is what the users numbers are in last 7 days, and this is the revenue generated, this is the conversion rate and the sessions. Now I would not go into the definition of all of these things right now. My objective is to give you this overview of what does this tool does. So these tools collects data. So going back to the basic definition, these tools collect the data, measures the data, analyzes it, and reports it. Or probably this part you do, but this remaining three part, this tool does it beautifully. So whenever someone comes on your website, it tells you how many people came, how much value they generated, with what rate they have generated, and in how many sessions they have generated it. And then it also beautifully defines everything into different sector. So this section tells you everything about who came to your website. When it's who, it's audience, right? So from where they came, which country, which city, whether they were male, female, they came using mobile device or desktop, which mobile they have come using, anything to know about those people who has come to your website. This is the section that tells you. Now once someone comes to your website, just give it a logical thought. When someone goes to some website, when you go to some website, why do you go to some website, right? You go uh, to seek some information, and when that information is what you were looking for, you'll act, right? Now if it is a e-commerce website, your act is nothing but you place an order. If it is a blogging website, your act is nothing but you read that information and then probably use it in your day-to-day life. If it's a video content website, let's say movie or the course, online course, you would go and watch that movie or that course, isn't it? So but in all of these things you are an audience, right? So who you are, it's important for those people to know. And that is what this tells us, that who. So suppose if I am the owner of this website, I'll get to know from which all countries, which all devices people are coming to my website. Second, to in any website in the web world, there has to be a medium that the way you go. So there are only two ways you go to any website, only two ways. One, either you know the URL of website and you directly type it, or by the link is been given to you. So that link can be in email or in a blog body or in an SMS or in the search engine or in your Facebook or Twitter or anywhere. So depending on from where you are clicking the link and coming to that website, this section also tells us that, right? So so you can see here, this section tells us that how many people have come directly to your website, and then how many came using different channels, right? And channel is nothing but where they clicked your link, whether they clicked on search engine or through email or in social media or SMS or on some deal website or on some banner or on some other blogging website or something. But there are only two ways: either directly type a URL or click link somewhere. So this section tells you everything about where these all people came from, right? Now you got to know two most important things: who are the people who came to your website, and from where they have come to your website. These all these two things are very important from marketing point of view, because marketing is all about right targeting. So you need to know who your customer is, where your customer is. So when you know where your customer is, who your customer is, you can do the most refined marketing or targeting ever. Then here your job is, this is half the battle won. When you got people on your website, the remaining half is once they come to your website, whether they were comfortable with your website to make the purchases or to watch the videos or to read the blogs or not, is what is also important. And that is what this section tells you, that when someone comes to your website, how do they behave with your website. Let's say, whether they are able to find the information, the page are loading properly, whether they are able to search on your website search bar, whether they are finding the relevant results after searching or not. And then like I told you, from transition from home page to collection page, from collection page to product page, from product page to cart page, from cart page to final making a purchase. So these all things makes are very important and will define at what rate your users convert, right? So you need to be really good at all the sections. So once someone comes on the website, how do they interact or behave with website is what this section tells you. And then once they interacted with your website, there, so every website will have a purpose. Anything that you do will have a purpose. Every business have a purpose. Every business has a purpose. The ultimate purpose is people should make a purchase. But to make people purchase, they have to give some basic things to the people, which is website, so which is their offering. And if their offering is liked by people, they will make a purchase. So now this section will tell you how many of those people have made a purchase, right? Or in other way, how many of those people have fulfilled the objective with which you have created the website. Correct. Now again, summing this thing up, which is nothing but A, B, C of web analytics in any tool. This is Google Analytics, a free tool available for most of the businesses. More than 95% of current online businesses use this tool. It's very powerful. It's very easy to use, and it's very important as well. All right. So again, summing this up, that ABC tells us about audience acquisition, from where people have come, behavior, how did they interact with our website, and whether they fulfill the objective for which we had created our website. All right. With this, probably I guess my time is up too. And in case you want to create your career in web analytics, this is a very good a place to start from. You just go in Google, search for Google Analytics courses. There are plenty of courses available, but make sure you do that course for from Google Analytics at least, and then you are free to do from anywhere else, because the way the each metric is defined, if you understand that basic right from beginning from Google people, this will help you set the right expectation from any other tool as well when you go and learn. So with this, I think I would like to conclude on this particular session, and I'm happy to answer if you have any question in this.
That was really interesting to look about this web analytics and the stream of business analytics, where you also mentioned about saying business analytics is a very vast stream. Yes, I agree with that stream, sir. I do have a question. All the business analytics and the web analytics are need programming skills. And what about the people who are not interested in programming skills, who are non-programmers, even they have any kind of chances to have a business analytics stream gain noted down in their career?
Of course, they do. but it's again about how hungry are you. I completely agree with you, and I think I should apologize here where I did not mention the point that when a kid out of graduation thinks of business analyst, like I told you the term in my first slide, I said that whatever comes in your mind is the business analytics. And as you keep educating your mind, that keeps on telling things, no, this is not, there is something else, there is something else. And then that is what the bit more portion that I wrote is, that that there will always be a bit more portions. So the there is a huge business analytics that's happening, is a lot code driven. So so nowadays, the AI has taken up a big space from this particular stream, because everyone wants to do a simulation to know what an artificial intelligence query will tell them about the same query that SQL or things were doing. So they would not only want to extrapolate thing, but they would want to put an artificial intelligence to it. So of course the Python, then SQL, and then all the other queries, Hadoop, they all been used always. But ultimately, if you just think, it's just a way a system understands language, isn't it? So
Correct, correct, sir.
so if you want to be doctor, you would want to know what a compound medicine is made of, so that, and then you would also want to know what compound a body is made of, because you are going to mix those compounds, and you would want to know the outcome of reactions. So it's same way, because every data is stored in nowadays in different servers, and in layman language, somewhere in computer, and computer understands technical language. Now every time the language evolves, because there is a some shortcoming in the existing language. So there was a time when people used to write C++, and then there came HTML codes, but it wasn't sufficient. Then there came Java codes, then more advanced and more advanced. Same way we had SQL for a long time, people using, and then there were a lot of uh, interfaces that were made to make it user friendly, where even if you don't know SQL, you can drag and drop things, but at the back end it is SQL that would do the magic and give you the outcome of data. So it depends on where you want to focus. If you are good technically, there is a huge like I told you, so data collection is a technical skill. And if there is no data collected, how will you analyze data? So
Correct.
so business analyst in itself is insufficient to do their job if there is no business data collected. So, and the collection method is completely technical. They need to know the language, the other queries, and then it's a lot more technical than just analyzing data.
That was educative. So that was really educative to hear an answer about that. And I do have another question saying about this is a stream where artificial intelligence and machine learning has been blooming out.
Yeah.
How is a business analyst helping them to do this?
So again, so what is some machine learning or artificial intelligence? It's it's nowhere a button where I would just click a button and then it will start doing artificial intelligence, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
To build those artificial intelligence, it's an just as the term says, it's an artificial intelligence. It's not a natural intelligence, right? You are artificially manufacturing it.
Correct.
If it would have been natural, it would have been existing anyway.
Correct.
Because it is artificial, you have to create it, and you have to create means you have to do something about it. And this doing is nothing but writing more advanced queries, so that it becomes in future, or it tries to give you um, what your mind would think. It would try to simulate that particular thing. So it's same as what you see in the in your pre-training of, let's say, air force, or any pilot. They put you in the simulator, isn't it? they they
Yes, yes.
they give you those situations, but the simulator, how did they create it? Why can it resemble with the real aeroplane? Because there was some artificial intelligence put there. right? And then same thing would happen in everywhere. So now what we are doing is, initially we used to collect data, used to make a linear correlation and tell, okay, this is the cause and effect. Now we went one step ahead and we would say, okay, cause effect, and this is what should be the outcome. And now the fourth stage is, we saw cause, we saw effect, we could have the multiple, the possible solutions for them. But we also try to give one variable, we left one variable open where it would give us a suggestion. Instead of we predicting what's going to happen, we give them the code, that liberty, that they will fill that space of solution themselves. So
That
this
was
is yeah, so I know it might sound very uh, philosophical right now, but it's as simple as, when you try to do everything together. When your mother used to get water from well, what we did, we created one machine and we pulled that water directly to home. Then we put it
correct.
directly on the overhead tank, and then we connected all the tank to all the nulls, and then that's how we the intelligence is now there. So it's same as here, you know.
Correct, sir. Correct. You're actually on the point. That was really amazing to have a talk about business analytics and web analytics with you. Thank you so much for being on Planetech Media House. I'm really glad to have a conversation with you.
Same here.
Yes, sir. Well, let's get back to the session with Crafting Transformative Information webinar of 22nd edition. We do have a second speaker who is Chandrasekhar Palam, founder and program director at Techno Zone. Sir, over to you. Chandrasekhar, sir, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you, Danish.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the late, and thank you, Planetech Media, for giving me this opportunity, both Syed and Danish, and hello, and other panelists. And it was good ABCD introduction, Lokesh, sir. I'm happy to see that one. I too worked for a while on the Google Analytics.
Thank you, sir. It was still C only.
Okay, that's excellent. Good evening, everybody. And I'm going to start my session a bit differently with what you call like, I'm going to share my screen. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
No, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Give me a second. Yeah. Here it is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So business analytics. I'm going to tell you the story in different way. In different way from a software developer perspective. How it is evolved in digital era. I just stressing upon digital era. Why? Because business is there from ancient times. And there are so many people, they did analyze and they did the business better way till digital era evolved. And then we started somewhere 25 years ago when PCs came into the picture and we started building the business application through software. Our story started differently with the digital era. How it is evolved till business analytics. That is the story I'm going to tell. It's an ongoing story forever. It's not going to stop here. It's going to be further evolved to the next level. Before getting to the story, I would like to take you to the details. Details, maybe everywhere you might have heard this zoom, like in a kind of a buzzwords like business analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence. There are so many things come into the mind like as a confusion for ours. What is exactly it is business analytics? When and where and how exactly it come into the picture? Who is going to benefit out of it? These are the details we all come into the on one page initially, then we'll get into the story later. So basically, you might have heard when a software business application, when you are building it, there is a business analysis, there is a business intelligence, there is a business analytics nowadays we're talking about. When and where they are going to come into the picture. Business analysis, where my mouse is there. While building it, the business analyst is going to set like, these are my requirements. And these are my, what do you call like, wish list to be done. Or these are the things which you need to be upgraded. So business analyst, while building the software application, he'll be sitting with you and then tell you the story. Okay, make it happen. That's the way we see that business analysis. The next buzzword is a business intelligence. It is evolved. Okay, while using that for a while, then for the present time, what's happening in the business, how it's happening. Get me that data. Get me that one. Though, so that one, that business intelligence, while using that same business application, you are going to. Now, our current topic and buzzword is business analytics. We are going to looking forward while designing and changing it for the future purpose, not only for the building the application and while using it to make business more up to date and with all integrated data. That is a business intelligence. Now, with the business analytics, we are going to look forward while designing and changing it for the future. Who is going to get benefit? Of course, business. Business, nothing but customers. Customers, when they're happy, you build an application. It's the automation of your business in initial days. And then you move to the intelligence to apply, like bringing everybody on the same page, getting to know that one. Now you are looking forward to make it a what you call like change in the business era. Then who is going to benefit is happy customers. When you are running your business with a success, your happy customers bring more business for you. That is the where and when and how who is going to benefit out of the business analytics. Now I'm going to start the story of a software developer perspective, how this data or business application started somewhere in the PC time. Right? Now, when you start building the application somewhere 25 years ago, over the period of the span, like we started collecting the data. When you are using it, different functionalities in an enterprise, we started collecting the data within an enterprise. Let's take that example. And you got a huge collection of data. Then industry got the idea, how about generating the reports? A reports, a drill down, a reports parameterized, and give me the dashboards also, where I can take a quick look, then go ahead of what. Then software people, they stepped up to the expectation of the industry, then they created it. Then there came one more level. Okay, there are several applications got created over the period. Let them integrate. It's a heterogeneous data. Even then, please integrate them. Bring the data, give me big picture. And then let me take a informative decision. That's how industry, what you call like, evolved to the next level. We started building the application, integrating all the data, heterogeneous data, providing that what's happening in the business level with the data, completely one informed decision to take by the business people to develop the or to run this business smoothly. That's how it's happened. Then we are entered into now the latest business analytics. Different than the previous one, it's a domain insights. You are getting the insights into the business. What happened previous, what's going to happen now, what is happening now, what is going to happen in future. These are all the insights you are going to get it through business analytics. In this throughout the journey, one I wanted I didn't talk about it, big data. A big data is, in my view, it's a data source like any other data source. It may fit into either business intelligence or into business analytics in the future, into machine learning or artificial intelligence. That's why I kept it a little bit separately. So there is a little bit different opinion from different people, big data analytics, healthcare analytics, functional analytics. They are talking about like that. In my view, these are all the sources. There are only 4 of them. I can say like when we go for that, what is that we are going to talk about in the current data? I just want to connect to you back. In domain insights, big data or healthcare data, all those things not related to one analytics. That's how I was talking about. And then when we talked about that way, how it's going to be like a justify the way we classify the data. That I'm going to talk in the next slide. But now I continue with the journey that what I was talking about. In current era, where everywhere the data is the one now people are talking about. When it comes to the data, data is something like you collected the data, you observe the data. There is a pattern with a flow of like maybe like all the one age group of the people like taking to the some kind of a uh, surge in the sales, or some region have a dip in the sales. So that kind of a pattern when you observe it, and there are some parameters where you are applying, and then see that how it's going to optimize your business. That is the one which will be part into that current era data era. Now, business analytics is applying some more extra now with mathematical and statistical algorithms where you are going to predict it, where you will get the new insights, and then you predict, you come up with a prescription for your problem. Your problem could be something like a dip in the sales, or you are losing the customers, and you are continuing like that down the line for some time, maybe you lose much more business. That is your prediction. You have to come up with a solution for that. That is the prescription that you are going to provide it. So moving on to that one, the series of business analytics, or we can say even types of analytics. Coming to the same previous screen, I was talking about data analytics or healthcare analytics, not part of a separate subject. It should be fit into the same. It should be fit into the one of the business analytics, somewhere like these 4 types, where you can see on the screen. One is a descriptive analytics. What's happening right now in the business at the moment? Get me that data. And then once you get the data, you have a seen on pattern, then you will dig into that analysis. What's happening? You know that what's happening, like, oh, you diagnose the problem, why it's happening, like, okay, what's happening right now, coming to the why it's happening now. And then you predict something like it's going to happen in a future of maybe in a 6 months or 1 year period, what's going to happen into your business. That is the predict. You go to a solution, how to make it success for your business. From that prediction, what you are seeing that dipping your business or sales, from there you need to make it success. That is the prescriptive analytics. So there are so many other analytical theories they're putting it, types they're putting it. In my view, these are the 4 will give you entire journey of your data, where you can put it, how you can see that, what's going to happen, predict, and then come up with a solution. I'll give an example of pretty good where anyone can understand that one. On your screen, I have a sales of ice cream brand X for the year 2018 and 2019. On x-axis, CT1, C2, C3, C4. On y-axis, you can see 100K, 200K, 300K. Year 2018, C1 city has a better sales. In 2019, there is a dip. You can see the vertical line, huge dip. Now, this is nothing but your descriptive analytics. What's happening right now? It is describing the business condition right now. What's happening? Then you'll go definitely into why it's happening, right? The question. That's how you are solution provider. You may be business analyst, you may be IT professional, or you are a business owner. You definitely get into that why it's happening. You get the data, you got the parameters, you change that parameters and see that it could be all those things you collate and then get the information why it is happening. Then you predict for the next year what's going to happen. 2020 when I go for the sales, so definitely it's going to dip further. That is the predictive analytics. The third one here in the screen. What's going to happen? Now I have to come up with a solution for that prediction. That is nothing but your prescriptive analytics. And then in this scenario, what is going to happen? You can go with a gut feeling. That is not the one which you are suggesting. Okay, there is a way in earlier business times, they take a gut feeling and take a decision. Okay, do this, do this. It may work, it may not work, but that's not the one in the digital era or business analytics era. We are going to suggest them. You collect the data. Based on the collection of the data, take a decision. Take a decision, something like here in this example. Okay, to increase the ice cream sales in the 2020 year, okay, spend some more additional budget in advertisements and then give a discount, another parameter, and then open few more stalls close to residential areas or close to schools. This is not gut feeling basis decision. Again, it will come with the data. How is they are going to get the data? The data, what we are giving like a descriptive diagnostic, same way, you have to get the data of the demography of the population and where are school children, where are the stalls, what is the average distance. All these things you collect together and then take a decision how you come up with a prescriptive analytics for that. That is the story of the example. And then move on to the next one. To do that one, it's not gut feeling, as I said. There are tools, there are techniques, there are programming languages. That is a business analytics. The new era is giving a capability for you. It's going to work like a catalyst for you to improve your business. Excel, Tableau in the first two bullets, they are the classics. They are the number one. I picked up only few of them on the screen, but there are few more also. I will talk about all those things only few of these things. How this example, whatever we talked about, it's not on the gut feeling we are going to get what you call like prescriptive analytics or even predictive or diagnostic or descriptive. It's going to we use these tools. Excel is from the beginning when you are developing the application in business intelligence area, in business analytics area. Everywhere Excel is a classic. It can live up to your expectation. Tableau is a buzz in the market. It has everything in the business intelligence number one, and they are claiming it is going to be number one in the even in business analytics area. Of course, I didn't list here. One more is called Power BI from the Microsoft. Trust me, guys. That is also a very good tool. It has more of them, but not maybe like a Tableau. It may need to be taken to the next level. Statistics is another new thing came to like. I want to just remind you guys one story I want to tell you like artificial intelligence and machine learning. Nowadays, people are talking about it, but it has the history way back to, according to Wiki, somewhere in late 1950s, artificial intelligence was started with a group of scientists want to make it up happen. And then somebody in the same group suggested for them to go with the statistics, probability. So they got a what you call different opinion, and they moved away. Only artificial intelligence continued till 90s. After 90s, again machine learning came into the picture, again with the same probabilistic theory with the help of the statistics and mathematical. So that is how it has the roots, a probability not based on the symbolic artificial intelligence till digital era, they were working with symbolic data. Instead, now it's going to be algorithms, mathematical algorithms, statistical algorithms. Okay, huge data they collected, which they couldn't even think about. Even 1980s, they didn't even think about it. Such a huge data going to be collected in a one enterprise. Such a huge data to be handled, statistics, probability, linear regression, where you will have one variable with other variable like you want to optimize one variable like y, x1, x2, x3, you will be verifying it. That's the linear regression. And then move on to the SQL and R. Python is a programming languages. It has SQL. It can extract the data. It can transform the data. It is a classic something like Excel. R and Python will be like with the new models, new what you call like you can transform the data from once you load the data into the tool to transform whatever you want. The way you do it with the SQL, R and Python provide you with the different models. That's how everyone now providing even service also with them. Like they are making a different business models and then selling to the people. Like as I said, healthcare analytics. Some models they already created. They are giving it. There are some tools like which I didn't mention in here, like Azure ML. Okay, and even Google also has their own, and uh, Amazon also has their own. Okay, so those tools and techniques we can take it up and apply to our business and take to the next level. So I talked about all of them. What next now? You might have heard machine learning, artificial intelligence, the buzzword is going on. Everybody is looking for the same career. Yeah, it's been for a while is there. We are almost there. With all that I talked about business analytics domain, it is going to apply in these two of them. Machine learning is going to fit into your predict analytics. Artificial intelligence combination of from the start to end, descriptive, diagnostic, and what you call like predictive, and then prescriptive. All of them together are artificial intelligence. Machine learning, some people says a subset of artificial intelligence. Some people says it's altogether different, but doesn't matter. Tools are working together almost similar way. And then it may take some time to evolve to that level. But as I said, this is an ongoing story. Okay, before I take the questions, I would like to acknowledge my bibliography where I got that information. And I'm ready to take the question, guys. Go ahead. Thank you for your time.
Really amazing on your talk, and that was you actually mentioned the whole talk in a story manner, where I guess everyone would have loved watching it by looking at the presentation, sir. And I do have a question for you.
Thank you,
What is the
Ganesh,
role?
and go ahead.
Yes, sir. What is the role of a business analytics in a management side?
Oh, awesome question. Yep, exactly. See, at the end of the day, I was talking about a happy customer. At the end of the day, where you are going to benefit, who are going to benefit is the customers. Who is the responsible or accountable happy customers? Management. When management going to take a decision, whether it is a predicting or is a prescription, prior to that one, what's happening right now in the business, bringing everybody on the same page, take a collective decision as a management. Definitely business analytics with all four analytics area, when you are applying everywhere, you have something to take up and then make a success. So management has much more benefit from this business analytics domain that is cropped up or evolved to the next level.
How can this career? How can a fresher obtain a career in an business analytics of a management field? How can a fresher obtain this career?
See, they are lucky fellows compared to our era. As I said, as a software developer, I learned along the time and then went on. Now everything served on plates. Now it is easy.
Yes, yes, yes.
reflect and then take a decision. Right. So for them, of course, they cannot put earlier what was like even in India now they are separating management is separate and then technology separate. It's not going to work out like that. That is my personal perception. You better to have both of them as much as possible to succeed in the business. As a fresher, when you come into the picture, you are going to take up an organization as in the management role. You have to have a as much as possible all-round capabilities. My suggestion for them is don't limit yourself, expand your arms, grab as much as possible in every field. Then you can delegate. You don't need to be expert. Get what you wanna, how do you can like delegate the work to the people, get the work done from them. That is exactly in business analytics area. The tools are more, the response will be more, then expectation from the organization also will be more. You have to be ready. As a fresher, you are learn many things from the beginning. Everything they already what you call like collected through years of experience and serving to you, and then it's a matter of time for you to spend and then learn many things at a time.
That was really amazing. That was really amazing, sir. It was very good to have a conversation, and you were really informative about the information on the business analytics stream. I really loved. I'm really glad to have a conversation with a business analyst expert. Thank you so much for being on Planetech Media House. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you, Danish. Thank you, Planetech Media House,
Yes.
for this opportunity.
So can you hold on a second?
Yeah, please.
There's actually a question for you in the chat box.
Yeah,
How significant change can business analytics model can bring into agricultural?
that is a really good question. It is a very relevant for us in India, where we have a 70% of population depend on the agriculture area. See, the major problem comes collection of the data. That's the where we need to work a little more extra. Startups need to work on it. I've seen a couple of startup guys. I'm already in the connection with them, and they need to build application as much as possible. Procure the data. That is the first act you need to be done. Then once the data collected appropriately, then you are able to see that how we can put it across. Then what's happening right now in the field, you have to understand once you collected data. The same way I explain my path, the industry, how it is evolved, like in the same way, you collect the data and then you are able to see what's happening now. Then you predict something going to happen now and then come up with a prescription. Whatever the domain it is, it has to have all these things to be done in business analytics. Then your machine learning, artificial intelligence, it's all an extension.
Yes, sir. Yes. That was also another informative answer from your side. This is very good to have a conversation with you once again. Thank you so much for being on Planetech Media House. To see you soon. Stay safe.
Thank you, Danish.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys, all of you. And it was a little bit late from my end. Sorry for
Never,
come up
sir.
with a few more things again.
You being late also, you being latest.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.
Signing off.